Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to start our next chapter, work and energy. Topics to be included in this chapter are concept of work, work done by a constant force, general expression for work done by a constant force, energy and its different forms, kinetic energy, potential energy, energy transformation, law of conservation of energy, rate of doing work that is power, and last commercial unit of energy. Students, basically this is the first part of work and energy in which we will study about concept of work in physics. What does the term work mean in physics? So let us understand it. Students, you are involved in various activities in your daily life, like you are walking, swimming, singing, talking to your friends, watching television, and studying for long hours during your examination period. So you thought of that you are doing work every time. But in physics, work has a different meaning. Let us try to understand what does work mean in physics with various examples. Let us see the first example. Here you can see that the boy is pushing a wall very hard. He is applying a force on the wall for a long time. He might feel exhausted after some time, or he might say that he is doing some work. But in terms of physics, he is doing no work. Why? Because as he is applying the force for a long time, but there is no displacement in the wall. There is no displacement in the wall. So according to physics, the boy has done no work on the wall because there is no displacement in the direction of the applied force. Now let us see the next example. Here you can see that initially the apple was here, but due to force of gravity, it starts falling downward. You know the force of gravity is always acting downward. Let us say the force of gravity is Fg. So this force of gravity is acting downward, and the apple get displaced from here to here. It means the displacement is also in the same direction. So here in this situation you can see that there is a force and there is also a displacement in the direction of force. So in terms of physics, work is done by the force of gravity on the apple. Why? Because there is a force and there is also a displacement in the direction of force. So here work is done, but in this situation no work is done. Now students, let us see some more examples to clear your doubt. Here in this example you can see that a man is holding a bucket full of water. So it is obvious that the weight of the bucket is acting in downward direction. As the weight is acting in downward direction but the bucket is not moving in downward direction, it means there must be a force which is acting in upward direction. And this force is provided by the man which is applied on the bucket. So it means the man is applying a force equal to its weight in upward direction for a long time. But again there is no displacement in the bucket. Again there is no displacement in the bucket as the force is being applied. So in terms of physics, no work is done here. In terms of physics, no work is done. Why? Because there is no displacement in the direction of the applied force. So students, in physics, work is said to be done only if there is a force and there is also a displacement in the direction of the applied force. Now let us move to next example. Here in this example you can see that a girl is pulling a toy car which is placed on the top surface of a table. So here in this situation the girl is applying a force in right direction. Okay. After some instant of time, what happened? The car moves from this position A to the position B. The car will come here. Okay. So here you can see that this is the direction of force and the car is displaced from the position A to position B. So this is the direction of displacement. So we can say that work is done here. Why? Because there is a force and also there is a displacement in the direction of the applied force. So here work is done. But here no work is done. So I hope students it is clear to you. Work is said to be done in physics when there is a force and there is also a displacement in the direction of the applied force. Now let us move to next example. Now students, here in this example you can see that a footballer is kicking a football. As soon as he kicks the football, then he has to apply a force in this direction. Okay, so this is the direction of the applied force. Now what happened after some instant of time, the football reaches here. Okay, so here you can see that when the footballer kicks the football or he applies the force in this direction, then what happened, the football moves from the position A to the position B. So this is the direction of displacement. This is the direction of displacement. So here you can see that there is also a force and there is also a displacement in the direction of the applied force. So in terms of physics, we can say that work is done here. Work is done here. Why? Because there is a force and there is also a displacement in the direction of the applied force. Now students, let us move to next example. Now students, here in this example you can see that a porter is carrying a heavy load over his head. Okay, as soon as he is carrying a load over his head, then he has to apply a constant force F equal to weight of this load. A constant force F equal to weight of this load for a long time. But again you can see that there is no displacement in the load. The displacement in the load is 0. So in terms of physics, no work is done here. No work is done. Why? Because there is a force. There is a force, but there is no displacement in the direction of the applied force. Hence we can say here no work is done. So students, I hope it is clear to you from these examples that two conditions must be satisfied for work to be done. The first condition is that a force should act on an object, and the second condition is that the object must undergo some displacement along the direction of the force. Okay students? Now students, here we will derive an expression for work done by a constant force. So here in this figure you can see that there is a block placed on a surface. When we apply a force capital F on this block, then what happens? The block starts moving from the position A to the position B. And in order to move from position A to position B by the application of this force capital F, let the displacement occurred be small s. Now students, here you can see that the direction of the displacement, that is, this is the initial position and this is the final position. So you know displacement is from initial to final position. So this is the direction of displacement. Okay, and this is the direction of force. So it is very much clear that the direction of force and direction of displacement both are same. So in this situation we can define the work done as magnitude of force into displacement. Here the magnitude of force is capital F and the displacement occurred is small s. So we can write W, that is work done, equal to capital F into small s, that is force into displacement. So this is the required expression for work done. But this expression is valid only when the direction of force and direction of displacement both are same. Here one more thing that we can learn is that greater the magnitude of force, greater will be work done. Greater the magnitude of displacement, greater will be work done. Okay students, now let us move to next slide. Now here we will calculate SI unit of work. So the general formula we have for work done is force into displacement. So with the help of this expression we can write SI unit of work W equals to SI unit of force F into SI unit of displacement. Now you know SI unit of force is Newton, which is written as capital N, into SI unit of displacement is meter, which is abbreviated as small m. So here we have Newton meter, and Newton meter is also known as joule after a scientist James Prescott Joule. Okay, so here we can write the SI unit of work is Newton meter or joule. The SI unit of work is Newton meter, or it is also called joule after the scientist James Prescott Joule that I have already told you. Now let us try to define 1 joule with the help of this expression, that is work done equals to force into displacement. Now students, suppose if we put force equal to 1 Newton and displacement s equal to 1 meter, then with the help of this expression what we can write? W is equals to 1 Newton into 1 meter. So it is equals to 1 Newton meter or 1 joule, because you know Newton meter is equal to joule. So we can write 1 Newton meter or 1 joule. So from this expression we can define 1 joule of work is said to be done. 1 joule of work is said to be done when a force of 1 Newton is applied on an object and the object get displaced in the direction of the applied force by 1 meter. So we can write here 1 joule of work is said to be done when a force of 1 Newton acting on an object displaces it by 1 meter along the line of action of the force. So this is the definition of 1 joule of work. Okay students. Now students, here we have derived an expression for work done. Work done is defined as force into displacement. And you know force and displacement both are vector quantities. Force and displacement both are vector quantities. And product of two vector quantity should also be a vector quantity. It means work done should be a vector quantity. But this will not happen. Work is not a vector quantity, but it is a scalar quantity. Why this is so? Let us try to understand it. Okay. So students, there are two methods of multiplication of two vectors. Let us suppose there are two vectors A and B. So these two vectors can be multiplied by two methods. First is known as dot product, while the second is known as cross product. Here you can see we have represented the dot product as vector A dot vector B and the cross product as vector A cross vector B. When we take dot product of two vectors, then it will give a scalar quantity, and when we take cross product of two vectors, then it will give a vector quantity. So why work is a scalar quantity? Because work is defined as the dot product of force and displacement. So it is a scalar quantity. So students, I hope it is clear to you. So thank you students. In our next class, we will study about what are the various types of work, and also there we will derive the general expression for work which is applicable in every case, because here we have seen that the expression, that is W equal to F into S, force into displacement, is applicable only when the direction of force and direction of displacement both are in same direction, okay, or both are same. So we have to derive such an expression which is applicable for any case. So in next part we will see the derivation for that, and also the various types of work as positive work, negative work and zero work. So thank you students. Thank you.